Good morning students, welcome back to the science class. We are doing chapter number 10, transport of substances in living beings. We have studied how transport of different substances like oxygen, nutrients, waste, etc. takes place in human body as well as in the plant body. Now today we are going to study about excretion. We know that so many different chemical reactions are taking place in the living body, and as a result of these chemical reactions, there are so many waste products which are generated in the body. These waste, they have to be removed from the body. If these waste get collected in our body, they will prove to be very harmful. They can be so harmful that they may result in death of a person. Nitrogenous waste, if they are not filtered through the kidney, if your kidneys fail to perform their functions, then it may result in serious damage to the body. So it is necessary to get rid of the waste. This waste is removed from the body by the process of excretion. Let us define excretion. The process by which living organisms get rid of waste. How this process occurs is different in different organisms. Like in simple organisms like amoeba, the waste gets diffused out of the body because amoeba is made up of only single cell. So the cell membrane itself functions as the excretory system. There is no complex system for excretion in simple organisms. Like in hydra, the waste gets removed with the help of water. But in complex organisms, multicellular organisms, this process is a complex one, and it is done by a special system called the excretory system. There are different types of waste generated in our body. As I said, the main waste which are generated are carbon dioxide, sweat and nitrogenous waste, which include urea, uric acid, excess of water, minerals, etc. Carbon dioxide, as you know, gets removed through the lungs by the respiratory system. It is carried with the blood and it is excreted out with the help of the lungs through the nose. So that is the excretion of the gaseous waste from our body. Then sweat. Sweat is a removal of the harmful salts, minerals and excess water, and it also sweating process also keeps our body cool. Nitrogenous waste are removed through the urinary system. Urinary system we will be studying in detail. Urinary system removes the urea, uric acid, etc. Right? So let us see this diagram which depicts the urinary system in human body. Human urinary system consists of a pair of kidneys which are located in the lower back. This is left kidney and right kidney. Left kidney, you can see there is slight difference in the kidneys. One is on the upper side, one is on the little bit lower side. Right? Then the kidneys are having two tube-like structures. Right? These are a pair of tubes, you can say ureters. These ureters connect the kidney to the urinary bladder. Urinary bladder has an opening called the urethra. Also, as a function of the urinary system is to filter the blood and remove the nitrogenous waste. So, we need a system of blood vessels to supply blood. So, there is renal artery and renal vein. This red colored one is the renal artery and this black colored one which I have drawn, this is the renal vein. Renal artery brings the blood from the heart to the kidneys and the filtration is done in the kidneys. carry out the ultrafiltration. When the blood passes through these nephrons, they remove the harmful substances and send the clean blood through the renal vein to the heart. And these harmful substances, they are collected and they are transferred through. Now the excess water is also there in this. This substance is now called urine. It is a straw colored substance, liquid, and this passes through these ureters and gets collected in the urinary bladder. So both these kidneys are doing the filtration of the blood and sending the waste through these ureters to the urinary bladder. This urinary bladder, it stores the urine for some time till the urine is excreted out through the urethra. So this is the human urinary system which filters out the nitrogenous waste. Now plants also need to get rid of the waste. But in plants, the system is not so complex. They don't have a special system for this. Different kinds of waste get removed in different ways. For the plants, carbon dioxide, during respiration they need to remove carbon dioxide. They do it through the stomata. During photosynthesis, oxygen is removed through the stomata. Stomata are present on the leaves as well as on the young stem. Then there are some structures called lenticels which allow the passage of the air. Excess water which is generated or excess water which is absorbed by the plants get removed through the process of transpiration. Transpiration is the process through which water is removed in the form of water vapor. This is also done through the mainly through the leaves. And then there are certain secretions which are waste for the plant. They are called gum, resin, latex, etc. For the plants, they are harmful substances, but resin, latex, gum, etc. we are having different uses of these. Even rubber which we make is a plant waste. Then in some plants you must have seen the white milky liquid oozing out of it. That is also the waste from the plant. So children, this is what we have studied in the excretion process, the process by which living organisms get rid of waste. Then we have studied what are the different waste in human body: carbon dioxide, sweat, nitrogenous waste. Then we have seen why is excretion important, why we need to excrete, right? Why it is necessary to remove the waste, because if the waste get collected in the body, it might prove to be very harmful. Then we have seen the structure of the human urinary system and the function of kidney, ureter and urinary bladder. Then lastly we have discussed about the excretion in plants. So I hope this video will help you to understand the process of excretion. Do go through the video and read the book, and in case of any doubt you can contact. Thank you.